Hey guys, hope you're doing well. So, after 10 years of flawless operation, my Razer Nostromo finally died. Because I spilled beer all over it. So I had no other choice but to get a replacement, and I went with the Razer Tartarus V2 Chroma. I mean, it's not like there's lots of options to choose from. I suppose my Nostromo's final act of duty can be to serve as a comparison for old versus new. An honourable end to a long career. Design-wise, Razer clearly went with the if it ain't broke, don't fix it method, because the two look almost identical, but they have changed some things. First of all, they've ditched the glossy plastic, which made the old one look like it was from the late 2000s, which it was. Anyway, the new one looks and feels better. In fact, the whole thing feels like more of a quality product. The old Nostromo used these cheap, mushy membrane keys, whilst the Tartarus V2 uses much nicer feeling mecha membrane keys. They're still not mechanical, but they are good enough to trick most people into thinking that they are. The new keys feel much better, but they also make a lot more noise, and I do worry sometimes that when I'm gaming and mashing away at my keys that people on the other end of the microphone might hear me. Speaking of the keys, Razer have added an additional row at the top, and a really nice move from them was that they've actually angled that top row to make the keys easier to hit. The 4-way D-pad from the Nostromo has been switched out in favor of an 8-directional joystick. You still have the option to use it as a 4-directional D-pad, which I'm personally glad about because I find that it's enough for me. Plus it's a bit more tricky to hit the diagonal directions. This button is also now more clicky, but I do wish the knob or whatever you call it was removable. Speaking of removable things, the handrest is now removable and adjustable, which is a nice inclusion, but on the second position, the top row of keys becomes impossible even for me to hit, so unless you're a Yeti, it's not very useful. They've added some padding to the base of the handrest, and this I don't love. Sure, it's more comfortable, but it also gets hot and sweaty even in the winter, so I don't really look forward to using it on a hot summer's day. I wish this was also removable. On the underside of the unit, there's loads of grip, way more than on the older Nostromo, so you never have to worry about it moving around on your desk. The cable is also braided and very heavy duty, so no worries there. If you're into RGB, the Tartarus V2 offers a huge upgrade over its predecessor, which could only glow green, or the even older Nostromo, which could only glow blue. With the Razer Synapse software, you can easily change between different lighting effects, like this one, which tries to mimic a fire, a reactive mode that only lights up the keys when you press them, a starlight mode with individual keys randomly glowing, and a full-blown RGB wave, and quite a few more. If you want to go crazy with customization, you can install the optional Chroma Studio software, which just makes everything much more programmable. Synapse is one of the most polished pieces of peripheral software on the market, and Razer has done a great job making it super easy to use on their newest Synapse 3. Not all devices are supported in the new Synapse 3 software though. For example, my older Razer Naga mouse isn't, so I still have to have Synapse 2 installed as well, which is a bit frustrating. The Tartarus V2 has 3 different profiles, so if you want to have different settings for different games, that's no problem. So what's it like to actually use then? Well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm very much biased about this. I've been using my Razer Nostromo now for the past 10 years, and hopefully with this new Tartarus V2 Chroma, I can keep using it for the next 10 years. The best way I can describe it is this. Say you were really into running. You'd probably want to have a really nice pair of running shoes, right? Well, in my opinion, if you're really into PC gaming, you should treat your hand to a really nice gamepad. Your left hand, that is. Sorry lefties, but Razer haven't made any right-handed versions of their gamepads yet, and I'm pretty sure that's because demand for gamepads are considerably lower than what they should be. And I really don't know why that is. I mean, they're not only more comfortable, but they also make your hand able to do more. I mean, just with my thumb, I can hit at least 6 different keys. How many of you can say that about your keyboards? For MMOs like World of Warcraft, you can never have too many buttons, and my thumb is in control of not just jumping, but also many of my most important abilities. In first-person shooters like Call of Duty, you can again have your thumb take care of several abilities from jumping, to melee, to throwing grenades and stuns. I think we as the PC master race need to rally behind the gamepad and show the industry that there is a demand for these things. I would love to see some other companies have a crack at the gamepad and see what they can come up with. The Tartarus V2 is a testament to just how good the original design was. The Belkin Nostromo SpeedPad N52 came out in 2003, and 17 years later, the hardware has evolved, sure, but the layout and the design is mostly the same, and that's because it just works. If you want every advantage possible, then you need one of these in your gaming arsenal. And at currently just $67 on Amazon, it's a great deal too. I'll have links to it in the description below if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.